very blessed day, everyone. Greetings to you in the name of the Father, the Creator, the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh, Elohim, Netter of Netter, God in her modern day name, Kodawish, Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh, Sebayot, and in the name of the Lord, Thoth, Melchizedek, Yehovah, Adonai, Kodawish, Adonai Sebayot. This is Neophyte DAG, bringing you another message. Black Albert Einstein, you heard me right. Black Albert Einstein, yes, you heard me right the second time. Black Jew Albert Einstein, yes, you did hear me right the third time. Black Jew Albert Einstein, you heard me right as well. Yes, he's a black Jew. Black Jew Albert Einstein, and the trial, the guilty verdict, the conviction of the 70 bad shepherd that was mismanaging the flock given unto them by the Most High to tend to that flock. Make sure that flock is good, getting good information, getting the right information. But bad shepherd did not do what they're supposed to do. So all 70 of them shall be tried, found guilty, convicted, and get their just reward. Job 9 verse 24 gonna tell us what those shepherds did. The earth, which is America, the earth, which is Turtle Island, will be given into the hands of who? The wicked that shall change up your information. Whitewash everything he can get his hands on. Rub out your information as best as he can. He will cover the faces of the judges, the important people to the children of Israel, the important people to Jacob, the important people to Judah, the important people to Ephraim. No matter where they come from, they could come from Western Europe, they could come from original people in North America. Spared no one with that paintbrush. Everyone got painted over. Covereth the face of the prophets, the rulers, the leader. But the covering done. Paintbrush run out of paint and the brush run out of brush. No more shall that painting happen. Job 9 verse 24. Job is not Job, it's I-O-B. There was no J when King James put together the 1611 KJV Bible. So let's read this thing. Job 9 verse 24. 9 plus 24 equal 33. What is that telling you? 3 plus 3 equal 6. Someone gonna show up with a 6 mark. Someone gonna show up with a 6 mark to come change up your information, to come give your whitewash information, sending you down a bad path, working closely with the bad 70 shepherd. So, someone coming up with that 6. Let's read some more into this thing. Job 9 verse 24. 9 plus 2 plus 4 equal 15. That's where we get the 15 from. But what's the significance? 1 plus 5, which is 15, equals 6. Someone coming with a 666 mark to give you a whole bunch of fake information. Paint over all your image. That's the person behind the scene running up the business of painting over image. 666 call himself Vicar of Christ. But 666 is not only him. All people in a physical, third dimensional body vibrate at 666 terahertz because they are carbon-based. Carbon-based means what? You are of the atomic element number 6. You have 6 extra electrons with your proton. So you got the code name of 6 to show that you are a carbon-based individual. But someone took that 6 a step further and buried it in his name, Vicar of Christ. Philie, that's who he said he is. And that's who he's been going around helping and encouraging Esau to paint over your information since 1924. Esau got the rule over America since 1924. He has done his best to let you believe he was running things since 1609 when America was formed. Lies! He wasn't even close to running things. The only thing that was running was his nose. That's all what was running. But he got control of America and the rest of the planet 1924 after World War I leading into World War II. That's why he gave you Racial Integrity Act of 1924 to mix you in, whether you're from Europe and you're Jew, whether you're from America and you're Jew. You all get bunched into one group called Negro, Black, Colored. That's the Racial Integrity Act given back unto you by the wicked Esau that got rulership at that time. But he wasn't done. September 1924, which is 924 as well. He gave you the Virginia Sterilization Eugenics Act to make sure he cut off your seed, your physical seed, from expanding to be judges, rulers, prophets, and leaders. That's his second job that he did, given to him by Filier de Raleigh, which is 666, the Roman Catholic Pope. 666 given back unto you. Don't believe? Let's go ask Maccabeus, who was changing up information at his time. First Maccabees 3 verse 48. And I laid open the book of the law, which is your Torah, which is your holy scriptures, which is your Bible, wherein in which the wicked had been trying to paint over the likeness of himself in your book. So it happened then and it happened now again. 1924, same event occurred when the Greeks went into Egypt and started to do what? Paint up information. Instructions given to them by who? 666, which is the vicar of Christ, following you everywhere you go on the planet. They back of your skirt tail, following you up to make sure they grab your power, use up your power, and make sure your Hebrew doesn't exist. Your Hebrew get replaced by what? Catholic or Anglican or Protestant or any other religion they can come up with except Hebrew. That's given unto you. Let's look at first Maccabees 3 verse 48. 3 plus 4 plus 8 equal what? 15. What is 15? 1 plus 5 equals 6. Same number code as Job 9 verse 24. Same person coming, doing the same work at different time in different body. Information given back to you, children of Israel. Job 9 verse 24. Because we're not done yet. I told you there was no J that was created, fabricated in 1500 by Vicar of Christ representative, coming and give you J to lead you back to Jesus. But we're not here to discuss Jesus today. It was I before. So Job was I-O-B. Iob. So now you have to do the coding as King James had intended at that time to know what Job means. English gematria. 26 letters in your alphabet. The first 13, you number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you go from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the first 13 numbering order. Then the remaining 13, you do the same. Every letter of your alphabet as an equivalent number. It's called English gematria. It's also called a cipher that is buried in your Bible. A deeper esoteric meaning to your Bible. So when you see names and when you see chapters and when you see verse, they have a second deeper meaning, an esoteric deep meaning, which we're gonna go through today. Job, which is really I-O-B. Let's do the number count. I equal 5, O equal 2, B equal 2. Add up those together, you get 9. Then you do 9, which is chapter 9. It's not the number 9 you're going to use. You're going to spell it out. N-I-N-E. find the number value for that as well. That is 12. Then you do the same for 24. Find the number value for that. That is 45. 9 plus 12 plus 45 equal what? 66. Bring you back to that same 6 person that's coming to do a whole bunch of paintbrushing, a whole bunch of taking out your information, replacing it with himself or whoever he's representing at that time. And he's representing at your time Esau, which are the Europeans, elite as they call it, of Caucasian complexion, Caucasian race. And they're in America, busy changing up information, busy painting over till their hand tired. All your pictures of black people, people of color, doing things in America. How long they're gonna have to do this? How long you're gonna put up with the paintbrush? How long? Job 9 verse 24 tells you 9 times 24 equal 216. What is that? That is one procession of the equinox zodiac. Which zodiac? Pisces, which is a zodiac of what? Deception. When did that start? The year 160 BC. When did it done? The year 2000 AD. The time done to start painting over no more. No more. It done when 2000 hit and they got 21 years of Esau trouble. 2000 to 2021, that's when the silence in heaven time. And when the silence done, they get another 7 years to wrap things up. So 2027, them time fully done. But they shall be shut down. Before that time, 2027, that's restoration time. When all the wicked will be off your land. Coming your way, children of Israel. But we're not gonna spend time on that. We'll cover that in another message. 9 plus 12 plus 45 again. 666. 2,160 years. That's each procession of the equinox. Each zodiac is that many years. They got one zodiac to do all their wickedness. And they fill it up with as much wicked as they can get. But if you know they have a time limit and their time limit is 2025, 2026, and by 2027, they're fully done and off the land completely. No changing that, no turning that back. Now we move to see where again you were warned about this 666 extra representative coming as vicar, coming with the voice, coming with that voice, speaking great things against the Most High. Revelation 13 tell you about that mouth speaking great things, coming representing all kind of different beasts that's experienced in changing image. Revelation 13:18. Anybody who knows the wisdom shall know the number. And it gave you the 666. But let's see how they code it so it match up with Job 9 verse 24. Now 13 times 18 equal what? 234. You have to mirror that number. Numbers can be written and expressed left to right or right to left. Either way, it's called mirroring when you change a number's direction. So 234 is really 432. They are the same. When you add them together, you get what? 666. Same person that's running up and down in Revelation 13:18 is the same person running up and down in Job 9 verse 24. The same person running up and down in 1 Maccabees. Same person doing the work over and over and over. Anywhere you go, O children of Israel, this person is behind you, trying to make sure they rub out anything you do. Big eraser running behind you, rubbing out your footprint. But that is done. The Most High raising you up to get back your information. Deeper sod on Revelation 13 verse 18. 432 divided by 2 give you what? 216. That's the amount of time 2,160 years that he get to do all his changing, all his paintbrushing, and running up and down as beast and great mouth to speak great things against the Most High. That time is done. He went through his silence in heaven phase, which said 21 years to amend your ways, Vicar and your friends, the 70 shepherds, and we including as well in that bunch, Lucifer and the fallen angels. 2021, you had that chance to make your amends and say, Most High, we're going to clear up our act and go into your perfect will for the earth, which is America, and move it out to the rest of the world. But they did not step up to what they need to do. So, new date assigned to them. Fixed, firm, not moving. 2027, they shall be done. 2025, 2026, that's your time when your pillar of light shall show up in your sky. So people, anybody coming up to you now, which is part of the wicked, telling you about UFO landing here, how we shoot down this, how we shoot down that, rubbish! You cannot use a third-dimensional vehicle to shoot down a fourth, a fifth, a sixth-dimensional vehicle that can jump in and out of time, that can go from 0 to max speed in less than a fraction of a second. Cannot happen, never will happen, and cannot happen. They are warming you up for Lucifer to make his entrance. So they're sensitizing you to UFO. Something else is in the sky. For years, Esau and the wicked been telling you they don't exist. UFO don't exist. No, you did not see that. That is swamp gas. No, that is cloud formation. No, that is weather anomaly. No, that's Chinese balloon. All kind of different things they're explaining away as UFO. Now they're volunteering to tell you UFO does exist because they know it already existed. Go back to my message. Great sign. That's your sign that you have to wait for. Your sun has to shine for 48 hours. When there's midnight, the sun is still out there. That's your sign. You're not moving a muscle. You're not moving an inch. Go meet nobody spacecraft. None of that until your great sign come. Book of Helaman tell you. Book of Joseph tell you. Book of Ephraim tell you. Your sign comes 5 years after the silence in heaven is done. 5 years after the silence in heaven is done, you shall get your sign, which is a day and a night and another day. The sun shall be shining non-stop. Close to 48 hours of sun. That's when your craft is coming. And it's not UFO. It's Merkaba coming for you, children of Israel. Anybody else come with nothing before that time, send them back. They weren't sent for you. Moving forward. Job 9 verse 24. Set up for you, children of Israel, to wipe out your old image, sending you into racial integrity act where you don't know that you're from Europe, you don't know that you're original people to this land of America, and you're mixed in together, being called Negro, colored, black. That's what the racial integrity act, Job 9 verse 24 warned you that was coming. And they did it, and they're going to let it run until the Most High crack that sky open. 2025, 2026. Go back to my messages and you'll see exactly how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen moving forward. This is what we're here for. Physicist Albert Einstein, 1879 to 1955. Very, very recent. As soon as his body was in the ground, they start whitewashing everything. They couldn't whitewash it while he's still living because he would not go along with it. 1955, they wash everything. He was born a Jew in Germany. Yes, there were Jews running up and down in Germany, and they were black. Not like they tell you, it's all Caucasian, and they moved over to Israel in the Middle East. Lies. Europe was predominantly people of color. But again, Esau come after 1924 and rob out everybody and then tell you you have to set up Israel in old Egypt and you have to know that they are the Jew. Lie, Ashkenaz can never be a Jew. No. Most High can never lie to the children of Israel. And he told you in Genesis 10:2-5 that Ashkenaz is part of the Japhetites, and the Japhetites are the Gentiles, and the Gentiles were given the northeast portion of the planet that was always cold. That's the Russia area. That's the part that they were given. And they are Caucasian complexion. Cannot be Jew. You cannot be Jew at the same time when you're Ashkenaz and of the Japhetite. Can't be both. You have to be who you are. The Jew are black people. Can't tell you nothing. Can't let me go against what the Most High is telling me. Genesis 10:2-5. If you have any problem with it, go complain to the Most High for revealing the truth to his children. They are the Jew, people of color. We're going to get into that. Einstein was a Jew from Germany and he lived in the US for the latter part of his life and died in Princeton, New Jersey. He is one of millions of black Jew, black Europeans who migrated from Western Europe to America. So now let them tell you now rubbish. They've been migrating from 1609 to America all the way up until shortly after 1924. They've been migrating. I have already covered many messages showing you who started your country. King James. He was a black person, a black Jew, a Hebrew. That's who started the country. Who took it over after that? His sons, the Charles, they were black as well. Who took it over after that? Who took it over? The Georges, where are they from? They are from Germany. They're from the King James line as well. They're from the Palatine German line, which are all black people. And I brought you up all the way up to where? I brought you to George Washington. George Washington was a black man from Europe as well. Then I jumped you over to Abraham Lincoln. He was a black man as well. Then I jumped you to who? Robert E. Lee. He was a black man as well. That took you all the way up to 1865, 1870, around the time when Einstein was born. Black people running America on both sides, south and north. Black people. People of color. So don't let them tell you no rubbish. So don't let the Gentiles, Esau, and the 70 shepherd tell you no rubbish when they became conglomerate against you during World War I. And then after World War I, they come up with their resolution. Conglomerate all decided they want to get you out of the power seat and put themselves and create wicked rules to wipe you out. The black Jews of Germany and Western Europe. That's what Einstein was from, and I'm going to walk you through that. So you know the Most High is revealing your record that were locked up and whitewashed. Races of Europe. Races of Europe. Page 394 of that book written by William Z. Ripley, a sociological study. Now let's go to that book. The English Jew are slightly lighter than the Sephardic Jew, who are what? Peculiarly dark. What are they saying? English Jews are the ones that are more North European. They're Western European, but in the North region. England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, France, Germany, Denmark, Belgium, Netherlands. Those are the ones they're talking about. They're a lighter complexion than the Sephardic Jews, which are from Spain, Portugal, Italy. They were darker, people of color, both of them. One lighter, one darker. That's all it's saying. Semites, which are the Shemites, which are the Jew that were in Europe, are what? Dark. No getting around that. The Most High revealing records and all record. Dark. That's who the people we're talking about. Evidence. Evidence in all sacred book gonna come back with the same result. I have not seen any other result, and I've gone through many other books. Same thing being said. Evidence that they are what? The dark type, the original dark type. So when they come tell you about Ashkenaz, original Jew, go sit on one side with that. Rubbish! Can't work no more. The Most High is releasing his records back to his children. So you can't counteract what the Most High is giving you through Miriam, the Holy Spirit, and through Sophia, the Holy Wisdom, given back to his children. Thus they are black people. Can't get around that one. Science, no matter how much science study you do, come back with the same outcome. They are people of color, black in Europe, and they were people of color, black in North America, South America, and Central America, and the Caribbean. Originally black people. Science corroborated. Science agreed with it. Science verified. Science is one-on-one with it. And the popular impression that the modern day Jew are what? Brunette. They're still not Caucasian. It's not talking about their hair. That's the trickery in words that they give you. So, brunette, it's a German word. It comes from a German word, braun, which means what? Brown. No color, this guy is right there. Brunette is what? A woman with a brown or dark complexion. A man with a brown or dark complexion. That is the Jew. The original brunette type of modern day, but they were two qualities during the time that we're talking about with Einstein and now. Lighter from Northern Europe, Northwestern Europe, and darker from Southwestern Europe. Moving forward, we're not done yet. Gotta show you that the Germans were black people. The love of an uncrowned queen, Sophia Dorothea, consort of George the First. Who was George the First? He was dark, a dark king, the first German king of England that took over from the King James line. He was a James as well. He was the great-grandson of King James, but we'll get to that shortly. Page 39 of that book. George, he was dark, a gentleman of Germany. No difference than what you're seeing with Einstein, a dark complexion person. He was king of Germany and king of England, and he was a dark-skinned man, George I of Germany. All the other German leaders at that time, even among the Saxon clan, were dark-skinned people before they got overran in the late 1800 and replaced with Caucasian people and everything related to them. Guess what? Whitewashed Royal Discord, the family of George II by Veronica Baker Smith. Page 19 of that book. George I was what? A small man, but he was dark. Very dark. He was so dark, he could pass as what? A Sephardic Jew, which is a Spaniard Jew. Telling you over and over, people, you were there in Europe, the king of England, the king of Germany, black people. That was what time? In the 1800s. That's when George the One, George the Two, George the Third, George the Fourth, George the Fifth were ruling England and Germany. Black people line of family before they got overrun in the late 1800s and got replaced with what you see now as your kings and queens of England. But they were not around during the time that we're talking about. The captive princess, we go back to it again. George I, the great-grandson of who? King James of England. The Stuarts, as I've covered, are dark-skinned people, black people. His mother was the granddaughter of the Stuart clan, King James. So if they are dark-skinned, he must be dark-skinned. And evidence, as I already said, he's a dark-skinned man, so dark he could pass for a Spaniard, a Sephardic Jew, because they were Jew, no matter which way you talk it. They, in the practice of their religion, they had to suppress it and adapt to who? Roman Catholic. That's the big spiritual war that was going on in Europe. We're still with the captive princess, Princess Sophia, which is the granddaughter of King James, was a Palatine princess. Who's Palatine? They're Palatines. They're Germans. And Benjamin Franklin added on the Boers in his manual to call them poor without calling them poor. Palatine Boers is a synonym for Palatine Poors. That's who they are. They are German. King George, the Stuart clan, became part of the Palatine Boers, the Palatine Kings. So there are still black people in Germany, controlling Germany all the way up to the late 1800. So they were there. Einstein and his family, they were black. Let's ask Benjamin Franklin, since he was complaining about the Palatine Boers. Observation concerning the increase of mankind, peopling of country by Benjamin Franklin. Page 10 of that book, item 23, he said, why should America put up with the Palatine Boers? Why should they swarm our colonies and take over their position as they had in Europe? No, we don't want the German Palatine Boers to come to United States of America, because they will never acquire our complexion. He was one of the Caucasians at the time, complaining that they can't get his complexion. So if he's Caucasian, what complexion he's talking about that they cannot get? Has to be another complexion. Logic says it has to be a complexion other than Caucasian. So they had to be a dark-skinned person. Can be no other. So if they can't acquire the complexion in Germany, let's travel the rest of Europe and see if they can get the complexion that Benjamin Franklin claimed nobody else can get. Item 24, the number of purely Caucasian people in the world is very small. That's the information given back to you at that time. Luckily, they didn't whitewash it long enough so we can get the information now. Very small. So that's when he said, no. Too much of them coming from Europe, gonna make sure that ratio is blown out of proportion even more. And in Europe, Spaniards, Italian, French, Russian, Swedes are generally what we call swarthy. Can't fool us with that word anymore. The most I open up the record back to us. Swarthy, 1828. Webster Dictionary to you. Dark complexion person, or a person of a dark hue. Black. That's what it says. So when you come on my YouTube, come in with your rubbish. Swarthy means that they were tan and their hair is brown. Rubbish! Most I give back his children all their information they need. And guess what? You are not needed to give no advice to no children of Israel, no children of Jacob. When the Most High told us in the second stick, the Gentiles, which are the Caucasian, shall be taught by you. So settle yourself and get some knowledge, because you too were fooled by all the whitewashing that was done, removing the people of color and replacing them as Caucasian. You also fell in that trap, even though you're Caucasian. Sit back and learn something new. These people, even the German, were dark-skinned complexion people. So what I'm coming to you with now is no strange thing once the Most High reveal his information, bringing us back to who? Albert Einstein, the physicist. He was born in Germany, already put a whole bunch of black people and Jew in Germany. He was one of millions of black European Jews that lived in Western Europe from 1609 all the way up until our time now. Many of them migrated to the United States of America. They're here, people. They're here. And they were wiped out of power after World War I and definitely strung out of power in World War II. That's why Einstein had to come to America to escape persecution of the black Jews in Germany. Everyone did a fabulous job painting an image that they were all Caucasian. The Ashkenaz are the ones that were being persecuted in Europe. But they did not mention the black Jews. What happened to them that were in Europe at the time Hitler was running rampant? Hitler was who sent Hitler? Who sent him? The 666 Vicar of Christ sent him to go wipe out the remaining black Jews in Europe and seal up the power for the Caucasians so they can take your identity and establish new people of Israel, new Jews. They are not. No shame in the game, O children of Israel. You are the original Jew. There is none other than you people of color. That you are the Jew. No matter how much Ashkenaz may claim and Tapa claim, him can claim and outdo what the Most High revealed to his children. Defending the Most High word and prophecy and doctrines all the way to the end. Therefore, know this. His first wife of Einstein, Maleva Marek, she was black as well. She's from Hungary, Serbia. Black person was there as well, but we're going to get into that. His second wife, which is his first cousin, Elsa Einstein, was black as well. Black Jew again in Germany. You thought the Einstein family was an isolation? They're the only black family in Germany, in Europe at the time? Not even close to the truth. A whole bunch of black people were in Germany, in Serbia, in all over Europe before they got displaced in World War I and before they got fully pushed off the land, either by death or they have to run off the land during World War II. And after World War II, he was a black civil rights activist. That's Einstein. You didn't hear that one, did you? No one came and taught us that, did they? Einstein was a black civil rights activist. No one came and taught anyone any of that information. No, they did not. He was a black person that is picking up the cause of the blacks that were in America at that time that he was living, and even before he started living in America. Put that one in your pipe and smoke it. Yes, that was Albert Einstein, a black man picking up the cause of other black people. His two wives were people of color, black people as well. No getting around that, oh children of Israel. Albert Einstein, his first wife, Maleva Marek from Serbia. He was married to her 1903 to 1919. Let's find out about Maleva. Einstein, his life and his universe. Walter Isaacson, page 86 of that book. Maleva was brunette. One of her female friends described her as brunette. Luckily, we jumped over brunette from when we talked about the Jew in races of Europe. Brunette, brown. Brunette, a woman with a brown or dark complexion. Matching up back again, moving forward. Albert Einstein, the scientist by Andrew May, the history maker Einstein is. Maleva Marek, she was what? From Serbia. Yes, as I've been telling you, the Serbians were black people. All black people were there. Majority black people. Yes, Austria, Hungary. Yes, all black people as well. Russia, yes, all black people as well. Giving you back your information. Hun Attila the Hun was a black person. Hungary. Hun, that's where Attila was from. Hungary, that's why they name it Hungary. Another student described her as what? Brunette as well. Same thing being corroborated in another book. Same thing being verified once more in another book. Brunette, brown. A woman of brown or dark complexion. That is settled as well. We go back to Einstein, His Life and His Universe by Walter Isaacson. Page 31 of that book. Maleva, she's Serbian. She's a dark person. Page 90 of that book. Einstein's mother did not like her that much, was doubtful about her because she was dark. She was too dark for the Northwestern Jews. Because again, Serbians are dark, but they're too dark for the German Jews. They say she's too dark, but she's still a person of color. Not stopping right there. We're moving forward. Maleva Marek Einstein, Ramilda Milentijevic, who wrote that book. Page 42 of that book. Malena, another friend of Maleva, detailed description of Maleva was given. Maleva, she said, Miss Marek, she said, is dark complexion. No mystery about her complexion. Maleva Marek was a black woman. Can't deny that one. Barry Parker, Einstein, the passion of a scientist. Page 60 of that book. Maleva, that's the chapter heading. Maleva, she was what? Yugoslavian. She was Hungarian. It was Yugoslavia, then it got changed to Hungary. Then it got changed to the Czech Republic. Then it got changed to a whole bunch of different names. But Maleva, as a Serbian, she was also dark complexion. You hear that? As a Serbian, she's expected to also be dark complexion, which was looked down upon in other parts of Europe that were making their transition to being Roman Catholic 100% and Caucasian. So anyone who was standing in the way of that Caucasian invasion in Europe during that time was looked down upon. We'll get to that more shortly. But she, as a Serbian, was expected to be dark, and she was dark complexion. Telling you the Serbs are what? Dark-skinned people, not what you're getting now in all the whitewash lies on top of lies with more lies orchestrated by Vicar of Christ with his 666 giving power unto who? The wicked Esau in America. That's changing up all kind of information. Private Lives of Albert Einstein by Roger Highfield and Paul Carter. Page 45 of that book. Gerald Holton Fields, Maleva, she was very dark complexion, which was not fashionable at that time, as I told you, because Europe was making a transition from dark skin rule to Caucasian rule, and they made sure they put under pressure all the people of color and run them out of Europe. That's what we're here to discuss today. Einstein, German, black Jew. His wife, a Serbian, a Yugoslavian, an Hungarian, a Austrian, where people of color were predominant, were also shoved out because they did not fit the direction in which the Roman Catholic Church was taking Europe at that time. So, Albert Einstein, the black Jew from Germany. Yes, the black Jew from Germany. He and his family were not the only one there. There were other black Jews that was there. Majority of them were black Jew in Germany leading up to World War II. No more of the rubbish Esau with his change up and paint over information coming with the drama of Albert Einstein by Antonina Valentin, page 19 of that book. German was Einstein and the Einstein family. They were Jew at Jewish origin and, like his parents, tried to assimilate themselves as completely as possible. So they enrolled themselves and their children in Catholic school, trying to assimilate without totally assimilating. They are what we call conversos Jews, Moranos, Moresco Jews, trying to convert but still hiding their conversion. They are called crypto Jews as well. That's when they tried to be Jew under quiet while living a Roman Catholic life. So that's what they were forced to do, to try to identify themselves as Jew, not outrightly, but assimilating with Roman Catholic custom. That's what was going on in Europe, children of Israel. Don't be misled. We're still staying with that book. Einstein, with his what? Sallow ting to his skin. His skin had a sallow ting, but we're not done yet. We're gonna come back and deal with sallow. We're not done. Page 195 of that book, Albert Einstein, his sons. We're gonna talk about his son, his younger son with his what skin? Sallow skin. Like who? Just like his father. Father has sallow skin. The son, the younger son, and all the sons have sallow skin. What is sallow? What is sallow? We go back to the Webster, 1828. We're not going to modern day Webster, which is whitewashed as well. So you have to be skillful when you're going through your modern day Webster. Everything change up to fit the 1924 whitewashing perspective. If you go back to Webster 1828, the printed version, which they cannot change because it's already been published, then you get most of the truth that you need. Sallow, yellowish color, a dark yellow, which is not Caucasian. Dark yellow is what? A brown complexion person. That's what given back to you as Albert Einstein. But we're not done yet. You think we're done? We're just getting started. His cheeks, as they put it, is also sallow. In this book, we already identify sallow mean dark yellow. It's not Caucasian as you have been given. So when we get to his actual images, that's been whitewashed. Tell me if it looked dark yellow. Tell me, and you will know for yourself that it's been clearly whitewashed. Einstein again. The Ultimate Einstein by Dr. Donald Goldsmith, page 23 of that book. Einstein, dark. But here, this is the trickiness of how they used to write to tell you without telling you. Because they can't outrightly tell you. Because if they tell you, they're going to be breaking the command given unto them by the Vicar of Christ to make sure these people, the children of Israel, the dark-skinned people, can identify all those who have been changed until the Most High come and wake them up. That's the only way they were going to let you find out the truth. When the Most High said, time to turn over the rug and give truth to the children of Israel. So watch this. Einstein had grown into a slim but sturdy young man of average height with dark curly hair and a small mustache and dark liquid eyes that the girls found attractive. What's the problem there? You don't see it? Let's read it one more time. With dark curly hair, no comma after dark. Dark curly hair, one set of words to describe the hair. But notice the second dark, comma, then liquid eyes. You see, they're trying to let you think, if you're not reading it carefully, has given unto you that discernment by the Most High, that is the eyes that are dark, liquid. No, it is not. Dark is one word by itself because that's his complexion being disguised in the tricky writing that these authors had to write in so they are not excommunicated by the Roman Catholic Church and by Esau power rule, which he said, if you don't do things my way, we're going to cut you off academically, cut you off financially, and cut you off in every respect, and subject you to a life as a pauper for the rest of your life if you don't play ball, you don't play game with us in keeping these dark-skinned people ignorant until the Most High come and wake them up. So, Einstein, dark. That's who Einstein is, and we're gonna move forward some more on these tricky ways. Albert Einstein, a biography by Albrecht Falsing wrote that book. Page 547 of that book. Einstein, dark. A little mustache, comma, dark. That's who he was. They might tell you it's his mustache is dark. Rubbish! We know how to discern how these things are hidden now. So these things shall not work anymore. Let me give you another way to know the rubbish that it's his mustache. His darkness and all his features are reminiscent of who? Young Beethoven. Wrong analogy you want to draw at that time. No way you can go to Beethoven. Beethoven, he was what? His complexion. Dark. He was so dark, he was nicknamed what? Spaniard. Just like George I. He was a dark person. Image of Beethoven given back to you by Getty. But Getty is not making sure you got that information when you needed to get it during the fallen state of Israel of that time. But Jacob, Israel, your information is clearly being given back to you. Beethoven, as the analogy for Einstein, telling you that Beethoven and Einstein are dark complexion people. You can't be reminiscing a black man with a white man or a white man with a black man has features of the person when you're giving a description of their features. Einstein, dark. Beethoven, dark. Dark-skinned people in Europe. But we're not done with Europe. Beethoven, since they went there, let's give you some more on Beethoven. A critical biography by Vincent de Indy, page 4 of that book. Kapellmeister Ludwig van Beethoven. Beethoven's father, he's from where? Netherlands. That's where he's from. And they grew up and originated from and live in Antwerp, which is Belgium, in the 1700s. Who are these people? Page 5 of that book, dark complexion, was Kapellmeister Ludwig van Beethoven and his son, his grandchild, and his grandchildren, and his children are all black people. Beethoven, as well as his grandfather, was dark complexion. Beethoven was so dark, they call him Spaniard. Wrong analogy you went for when you go talk about Einstein and try to put him with Beethoven. During the stage at which we're waking up now, cannot work anymore. Beethoven is a dark-skinned man. Beethoven is a dark-skinned man. Einstein is a dark-skinned man. We go back to that same book. Albert Einstein, a biography by Albrecht Falsing. Page 96 of that book, when they finally settle up and give you the description, the true description of Einstein. Louis Chavon, a French-speaking technician who worked and was taught by Einstein, said what? Chavon recorded Einstein's sketch. His complexion, light brown. That's Einstein for you. You want me to read it again? Let me read it again for you. Einstein's complexion, light brown. That's Einstein for you. Light brown, a dark-skinned man. He's not a Caucasian man with no light brown complexion. Dark. Sallow. Then finally, the truth is revealed. He's light brown complexion. Not a person of Caucasian race, Caucasian descent, or Caucasian complexion. You want to say light and he's Caucasian? Let's explore that. Let's go there if you want to go there. Light. I have the Webster Dictionary lined up for you again. Light. Which one you want to choose? Light olive, because olive is what? Brown. Olivaster is a brown skin complexion person. Don't like that one. Let's go to medium brown. You still don't like that one? Let's go to what? Being black. You're definitely not gonna like that one. Let's go to the other one given unto you. Indigenous person of color. Don't like that one? Then you're stuck with light brown. Einstein, he's a light brown complexion person. Clearly a person of color. That's who Einstein was given unto you. Albert Einstein, his second wife, Elsa Einstein, from Germany as well. Her last name, her maiden name, her family name is Einstein as well. She was his first cousin, other German Einstein, living in Germany, of people of color. Moving forward, 1919 to 1936, that's when they were married. But you gotta know this part, oh children of Israel. You gotta know this part. Common information. Once you know who Einstein is, then all the information makes some more sense. Elsa Einstein, the second wife and cousin of Albert Einstein, their first cousin. Their mothers were sisters, children of Israel, thus making them maternal first cousin. Their fathers were first cousin, making them first cousin and second cousin on the father's side. Elsa had the surname of Einstein at birth. Didn't need to get it later on when they got married. She's an Einstein. So if she's first cousin, second cousin of Einstein, their mothers and fathers are from the same family line. Whatever color Einstein is, definitely Elsa is the same color by default. It doesn't take no rocket scientist to figure that one out. It doesn't take jumping in any books to figure that one out. Whatever color Einstein is, because their first cousin, she's the same color as him. Without a doubt, that is the case. Moving forward, since we settled that, Einstein, person of color, a black man. His first wife, Serbian, Hungarian, Yugoslavian, Austrian. She's a person of color as well, dark. And his second wife, Elsa Einstein, his family member, direct family member, is also dark-skinned person of color. Moving forward, Albert Einstein, the black civil rights political activist, didn't teach us anything about that when we were in school, but it still remains the truth. Einstein in America by Jamie Sagan, page 56 of that book. Let's talk about it. In 1931, from Germany, Einstein supported the protest against the conviction of the Scottsboro Boys. 8 black boys, 8 boys of indigenous copper color skin complexion, the Scottsboro Boys, that were charged and convicted for raping 2 Caucasian women. Classic case of Southern injustice going on at that time, and Einstein protested against it while he was in Germany because he was a person of color as well, and he knew other people of color were going through the same things. Other people of color were going through the same thing. That's why he supported black civil rights activity. But we're not done as yet. It's not isolated to one incident. Albert Einstein, the scientist, by Andrew May, page 109 of that book. Einstein had extended his politics to civil liberty and social justice when the famous African-American singer, when the famous indigenous to America singer Marian Anderson was refused a hotel room when she was in Princeton simply because her first skin color. Einstein stepped in and put her up in his place in Princeton because he was living in Princeton at that time. Marian Anderson was a good friend, a best friend of Einstein, the indigenous American singer. And nowhere on the internet you can find a picture of her standing next to Einstein. They all pull it down once they decided time to make Einstein white. We cannot have him standing next to Marian, a dark-skinned person, showing him that she is dark just like him. pull down those pictures. But look at the picture cover that I'm showing you. A person of color, even though they try to make it and highlight it, that he's a man of Caucasian. Rubbish! Person of color. When you look at the untouched photos of Einstein, moving forward on this, still the same book. We're looking at the cover. Look on the left-hand side of your screen. That is the revealing book cover. Look on the right-hand side of your screen, the deceptive cover that was put out when the Caucasian took rule and started changing all previous books that showed the true identity. Taken off the shelf, or you can't publish it and be not troubled by being cast out as a writer, being cast out as a writer because you violated the directive given unto you. Einstein should be Caucasian. If you put the truth that he's a person of color, you are thereby being cut off from the system of Esau. Page 108 of that same book shows you Marian Anderson. Does that look like an indigenous woman of America? A dark-skinned woman, a black woman with the whitewashing of her face. With that, telling your people all your images have been whitewashed. But we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Marian Anderson, when you put the real photo next to the whitewashed one, this is the photo on the right-hand side showing the original face, state, and color of Marian Anderson, the indigenous American singer that was refused a room to stay in Princeton, New Jersey, because you're running around in Princeton now and nobody troubling you, even though you're a person of color. Back at that time, you could not go into Princeton. They would not accept you anywhere. Marian, dark-skinned person on the right-hand side of your screen. Dark-skinned person. Clearly not the whitewash picture you see on the left side. Dark-skinned person. That's who she was. You think your pictures are not tampered with? Guess again. Guess again. Einstein in America. Page 219 of that book. He felt that the most offensive aspect of life in the United States of America, the land of Esau, as they put it at that time, the land of Ahab, as they put it at that time, that married himself to Jezebel at that time, the unjust treatment of the children of Israel, the dark-skinned citizen of America. That's what he was protesting against while he was in America. But you don't hear that anywhere, or you're not taught that in any school. That's the problem. The worst disease, according to Einstein, the worst disease in America, according to Einstein, was the treatment of the indigenous people of color, the indigenous people of color in America, in America, in America, in America, the dark-skinned, melanated people. That's what he was protesting. That's what he said. I am going to take an active role and make it known. And he made it public. 1945. Publicly denounced the United States of America for their treatment of the people of color. The worst disease in America. No one telling you this, but I'm here to open it up to you. This is Einstein again with the whitewash photo, but we're gonna get to that real soon. Hang on with me. Page 220 of that book. He accepted an honorary degree from Lincoln University, a predominantly indigenous, copper color skin people of America school university. When he stopped accepting honorary degrees from all schools, he made an exception For Lincoln University is way to support and to demonstrate his support for the Negro education, the indigenous people of America education. Einstein addressing Lincoln University, even though they whitewash his face, look at his hand, whitewash as well. Whitewash as well his hand. But we're not done yet. This is what they did with the photo when you blow it up. Children of Israel, if you want to know if your photos were tampered with, blow them up more than 200 to 500%, and you're gonna see the distortion and the pixelation caused by the whitewashing. If you look at the picture, his eyes are distorted because they couldn't whitewash it good. His mouth is crooked because they couldn't whitewash it good. His face is white as his hair is white, same complexion. Cannot be, people. Cannot be. You cannot be as white as your hair. Different type of white. No person is a white. The Caucasian, even though they call themselves white, there is no person that is white. Look at your screen and go walk outside to see if anyone is as white as the screen. No, it is not. But they made his hair just like his forehead because they had to blend it in to copy all his features of a dark complexion to match the hair. So you don't see by the hairline where they distorted. But we're gonna get into that. Rest assured, we're gonna uncover the shameful whitewashing of Albert Einstein images. We're not done with yet. In books after books after books upon books, you see Einstein as a man of color. You see Einstein on the book cover as a person of color. But when you go in the book, they start whitewashing image. This book, Albert Einstein by Xavier Parota, on the cover, dark-skinned Einstein. You see his skin is dark and his hair is white. That's what we expect. Not like this picture over here where his face is white just as his hair cannot be, will never be, and can never ever be. Same picture here with the right feature and the right hair color offsetting with his dark complexion. On the right hand side, the whitewash image, but we're gonna get to that. When you blow up these picture, children of Israel, you see the shameless whitewashing. Let's get the Sandman busy. Let's get the Sandman busy because it's show time at the amateur whitewashing event. Bring out the Sandman and blow that horn, children of Israel. Look at Meleva's ears. Look at the tip of it. That's the extent they could whitewash it up to. And they leave the rest of it black. Look at Einstein's ears. The top part they couldn't do. The white part, they whited so much, his ears lost all its feature. Look at Meleva's neckline. Two different color for her neck and all kind of different anomaly with the picture because of whitewashing. Look by the hairline where the original color was. They could not get as deep as possible into the hair. So these are the things you look forward to, people. When you see white image, the people are not white. You check the ears, you check the hairline, you check the neck, and you definitely check the hands. They can never get those areas right. Look at it. The ears are not properly done. So you can see that something was done to whitewash the ears, but they couldn't get all of it because it wasn't important at the time to be that detail with the whitewashing. Giving back unto you, children of Israel. Giving back unto you. Blown up some more. You see the ears, the original portion, and you see where they whitewash up to without cutting off his sideburns. They couldn't whitewash anymore, and they had to leave it the way it is. Look at his left side. Look at the left side of your screen. They could not whitewash that ears as well. Too much going on over there. But look at his neckline. They whitewash his color to match his skin. You can't have the same white skin as your color of your shirt. But we're not done. We're getting warmed up. Same book again with fake photos whitewashed to the fullest. This is Einstein again as a young boy. Yes, he wasn't spared that brush when he was young. In his photos. Look at the photo. They messed up the hairline with the over whitewashing. Look at his ears again, his earlobes. They whitewash all of it to match with his face. And look at the neckline area. They couldn't even it out to get it smooth, to look like it's really a shadow that they're claiming is being cast. Couldn't do it correctly. Look by his mouth, they couldn't catch it correctly, so they had to leave that area black and his lips black because he had a black lip, because he was a black man. Couldn't get it right. And his eyebrow, they couldn't get it right. They over whitewashed his eyebrows as well and smudged down into his eyes. Went too far. They even paint his hair. He wasn't that old as yet to have white hair. Look at his hair. Complete botch work. Get the Sandman out. Ring that bell. Ring that buzzer. Get the Sandman out. Look at his hand on the right hand side of your screen. He has a uni hand. No fingers. The whole thing was white over to give him that forced white complexion. One hand. You're kidding me. One hand. Go back to the full picture. One complete uni hand. No fingers because they have to whitewash as much as they can. But we're not done yet. Another book on Einstein. Fully whitewashed picture. Not staying too long. Look at the hairline. Look at the hairline, how it messes with the whitewashing. The original picture protruding on the upper side of the screen where they tried to whitewash up to the hairline and they had to make it look like him have white hair so they can match the hairline back with his hair and the skin as white. Lies, 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 but we're not done. Just getting started. Look at the side. They couldn't match the white. No one is that ghostly white. And they even covered his eyebrow to make sure they disguise as much of his black skin. But it's coming through at his eyes. Look there. Mismatch at his eyes. Brush, brush, brush. And overbrush and pixelation where they tried to brush and couldn't get it done properly. Blowing up your picture, reveal everything. The most I said, slow your roll down and go investigate the liars and expose the lie. All black skin revealing under the whitewashing. You can't cover up a black man's skin. It's hard to cover up his skin. No matter how you try, no matter how you give him bleaching cream, the black always come back. Never, never, never can go away. Moving forward. Look at the ears. How they whitewash the ears as much as they can and see the top of the ears. Still black. Can't whitewash it. Look at where the ears meet the neckline. Still black. Can't rub out the black man out of a black man, no matter how you try. Look at the mouth area. Still a black man underneath that mouth. No matter how much you whitewash. Still black man there. No matter how you smudge and how you white, you can't rub out a black man. When that man is black, black is hard to rub out people. Look at his neckline. Black as well, and look at where the whitewashing is. Whitewash! You think Job was joking, and you think Maccabees was joking? Whitewashing of your picture, children of Israel. Another picture I'm gonna walk you through, just to start you off. Look where his necktie is, and where his neck is. They over smudge on the whitewashing, but that's the tip of it. Look at this picture. They could not get the ears to be done properly. Ears always give them problem, children of Israel. They can never get the ears right. And look again at the other ears. They just had to give him a uni ears with no feature at all. They had to paint over the whole ears. No crease, no earlobe, no nothing. Just one ears. Couldn't cover up that black. Look at the neckline again. Black. His shirt collar and his neck area is black. And they couldn't go that deep with the whitewashing to cover it up. Listen. You can't cover up a black man. Look at all the smudge, the brush smudge on the screen where they put that fake white image. They could have at least tone it down so it looked at least like a Caucasian skin, but they made it full ghost Casper the Ghost White. Not at all can be true even in a black and white photo. Look at his finger. The man has no fingernail. They had to cover up the fingernail with the paintbrush. Not at all. 2 fingers, the way they're positioned, has to have a fingernail being shown. None of it showing no nail. They had to rub out the whole nail. Listen, you cannot hide a black man's skin, no matter how clever you are. The black always come back. Einstein again in the Business Insider magazine, smoking his pipe and thinking about what he needs to do. And they came out of nowhere. Whitewash his image. But we're not done yet. Look at the smudge on the lip area and on the mustache area where they couldn't cover up the blackness of him. Cause you cannot kill out the black in a black man. Can't do it, will never do it, will never ever do it. It always come through where the ears is. One unilobe for his ears. The whole thing had to be covered up to make white because we just can't define him with that black curve in his ears and all those hard to reach whitewashing areas. No. Can't get it done right. He has no ears. One big whitewashing. Look at his hands. His nails again. Gone. No fingernail for him. Full white. No fingernail for him. Look at his hand. Ghostly white. No matter even if it's black and white photo, you don't get people looking that white. No way! He's here again, standing with his wife, and then they come and whitewash him again. Elsa and Einstein, as we have talked about, are dark-skinned people, black people. Look at the whitewashing of the ears again. Can never get it right. They can get the earlobe and go up as far, but once it connects back to the hairline and the head, can't cover it up. White down below, dark up above on his ears. Always the same. Can't get that one right, people. They can't get it right. Get out the Sandman again. Bring him out for these whitewashers. Look at where they make a smudge right by his eyebrow on the right-hand side of your screen. They couldn't correct it, but it's there anyway. And look at all the pixelation around his hairline. And look at the left side of your screen. They went over smudging as well and could not define out between his hair and his forehead, his temple area on the left-hand side of your screen. Couldn't get it right as well. And we're not moving. They couldn't cover up his eyes correctly unless he's under a lot of stress and his eye black because of stress. But they couldn't cover properly the eye. Listen, you cannot rub out a black man feature no matter if you try. When the Most High wake up his children, they'll be able to see the truth. The truth is in the eyes, the ears, the hands, and the neck. You can't miss them. Look at the neckline again. All the pixelation and the over whitewashing that they were trying to do. Smudging here and there, all over the place. Look at where his mouth area is white, and then they couldn't match it up to do the right side of his cheek area. Whole bunch of pixelation. Whole bunch of bad whitewashing, mismatching, can't match up perfectly because again, you cannot cover up a black man's skin. Look at the hand. Top part of his hand, white as ever. Down below on his hand, next color, multicolor hand. Not Albert Einstein multicolor hand. It's a one hand, which is a black hand. Whitewashing couldn't work to get to the perfection of how you want to whitewash his image. Einstein again! When he went to the black university, when he went to the children of Israel university, teaching and giving lectures, they whitewash his picture as well. But we're not done as yet. Look at his face color, match with his hand color. Two different shades. Face color is a dark shade. Look at his hand color and his face color don't match unless he's putting his hand in a bucket of paint, white paint, before he started to lecture to make his hand color that different from his face color. Mismatch. Whitewashing gone wrong. Can't match it up. Fling it out. Most I want you to know. A blown up view of the difference between his face color and his hand color. Leaning towards his face color is the right color. They could not bother, so they turn up the exposure on the face and then went to the hand and get to work. Look at the hand. No separation, properly done in his fingers. Not done. You know why I tell you that? Because here is the original photo that they took and whitewashed. Look at his face, look at his hand. Same texture, same color. Look at the right hand side of your screen on the book cover. Same dark skin complexion, even though they shade down the book cover. But look here. This is the complexion. This is the hand matching the complexion of his face precisely the way it should be. Here are the two hands put together. Does it look like the same hand? Whitewash hand. Can't get the hand right. You can't cover up a black man's skin. The blackness always come back. That's the difference. You see his fingers properly defined. Separation. Nice shade of color. No ghost hand like the one on the left hand side of the screen. Whitewashing. Albert Einstein, once he died, they went back into the newspaper and started to whitewash all images that were printed of Einstein. I give you the Pittsburgh newspaper that they went in and whitewashed his picture on the right hand side. Whitewash. That's not Einstein in the newspaper. Let's check it out. Couldn't get the ears right. They had to whitewash his entire ears to match it up back with the exposure that they turned up on his face. Whitewash up his ears to make it blend. But his ears is a black man's ears. Can't miss it. And his hand, they make it ghostly white. But look at the smudge in the paint brushing. Look at the right hand side of your screen on the lower portion where I have the arrow pointing. Smudge, they over paintbrush there and left the black indentation. Didn't separate his hand properly. Same thing on the left hand side of your screen. They whitewashing so much they did not separate his fingers properly and did a whole bunch of mismatching of blending. There it is blown up for your children of Israel. Smudge after smudge after smudge. But we're not done as yet because they're busy whitewashing. And this message is about the whitewashing done to the children of Israel from Europe. And the same thing was done to the children of America, the Israel that was in America. They whitewashed Marian Anderson picture back to Einstein. His earlobe again, they just went and covered it up with as much white as possible. No separation in his ears from the rest of his body. Let's move on. His ears on the other side, they could not get to it without messing up the picture. So they just left it there. So when you blow it up, you see there's a black ears on the other side of his face, not matching the white ears on the opposite side of his face. Given back to you, children of Israel. They couldn't get the eyelid to work properly. The eyelid is still black. That's the mistake they could not avoid, to blend it back without catching his eye and making him have no eye crease at all. So they had to leave the eyelid just the way it is. His eyelid is black and the rest of his face goes white. Not a chance that can be. They could not catch his nostril properly and whitewash it properly, and they could not catch his lip definement properly. They even whitewash his lip. A whole bunch of mistake being made in whitewashing his picture. His skin and his mustache, same color. They could not get it to be defined properly. But the black keep pouring through the picture. No matter how much you whitewash that picture. Couldn't get the fingernails done right this time. Before they were whitening up the whole fingernail, they decided to leave it and they could not correct it properly to get the whole thing to look white. So he has black fingernails, black surrounding nails, and the rest of his hand white. They could not get the fingers to work. Mistakes on top of mistake, but the Most High waking up his children and his finger now, a uni finger. They're webbed together with the paintbrush spreading from one finger to another, giving him web fingers. Children of Israel, there's a lot of work that went in to disguise and deceive you, but we're uncovering it today. His hairline could not match up with a white complexion because his hairline is of a black person of color. His eyelid could not be properly matched up because, again, it's hard to get the eyes done without giving him a uni eyelid crease. Can't get it done. So his eyelid is black while the rest of his skin pale, ghostly white. Whitewashing gone wrong again. His ears, uni ears. Whitewash his entire earlobe. He has no earlobe. His ears connect to his body. No separation at all. Eyelid black as well. Mistakes after mistakes. The Sandman is busy with that horn and that whistle, getting rid of who was making these mistakes. His face again, they smudge the right side of the screen where his face is, put too much whitewashing, and they could not get the other side of his lip to work correctly with the other ghostly white side of his lips. Gone wrong again. His neck, face have the same white color. No separation. The man is as white as his shirt. No separation in color. And his hand, even as white than his shirt. His hand again, whiter than his face. The hand gone wrong again. Can't get them right, so they have to do as best as they can. While we were asleep. Sleeping done, O children of Israel. It is known worldwide that Albert Einstein is a black man, a person of color. It is known, but the entire planet has been confederate against the children of Israel. Come, let's plan together and cut them off from being a people. Cut them off from being who they are. And cut them off from the house of the Most High. Ella, Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He. Psalms 83 given back unto you. Albert Einstein in Spanish and in Italian. He is a black man, they know it, and every book cover I found, it was a black person on the cover. Albert Einstein, person of color, a black man showing back onto you. That's the color that matches with who he is, based on the writing and based on the truth that cannot be hidden behind paintbrush. Not at all. This is the same book cover. You see one, try to turn up the exposure on its skin on the right hand side of your screen, and the true one that was printed before they had to start taking down and shading down complexion on the left hand side of your screen. Still a person of color, no matter which way you flip it. Moving on, in Chinese and in Middle Eastern Sanskrit type language, he's a person of color as well. Black, black, black. No matter where you go, it is known that he's a black man. Everybody showing him as black, black, black. No matter how much you try to make him Caucasian, he's a person of color. book cover after book cover. Everywhere you go, person of color. Albert Einstein, a person of color, a black man. I am Einstein. Black man again, black man again. No matter where you turn, it's a black man you're gonna see. The Great American Series by Albert Einstein. Before they pull it off the shelf, he's a black man as well. Look at his face, match with his hair, match with his white shirt. Completely different complexion between the three of them to show you the separation in his color. His skin color, from his hair color, from his white shirt color. That's Einstein as well. The children book that they had in circulation, this same book showed the illustration. Einstein as a black man as well. See it on the right-hand side of your screen. A person of color, not what you're being told. Another book, who was Albert Einstein? Who was Albert Einstein? A person of color on the book cover. And when you go in the book, they show you whitewashed pictures. Another book, people of importance. Albert Einstein, person of color as well, on the cover, illustrating Albert Einstein. We're not done, people. We're not done. Real images of Albert Einstein that was not shamefully whitewashed by the wicked when they got hold of his picture after he passed away in 1955, and they went on in a hurry to whitewash all his picture so they can trick up the children of Israel. Look at the whitewash picture on the left-hand side that we went over. Look at the book cover on the right-hand side by Gerald Holton. Told you, he's a person of color. And Meliva Marek, a person of color as well. Dark-skinned people on the right-hand side of your screen. They don't look like those whitewashed people on the left-hand side of your screen. Dark-skinned people, but we're not done as yet. Einstein playing his violin. Einstein! Look at the hand. Look at the hand. If you don't want to see the face as Caucasian, you better look at the hand. You can't miss it. That's a person of color hand. That's a black man hand. No matter how much you come with your whitewashing and your all kind of washing, the hand cannot be hidden. You can't hide a black man. A black man always come back with his complexion. Einstein was a black man, but we're not done yet. More book covers. Black man on earth, Einstein. 100 years of relativity. A black man on the cover, Einstein. A philosopher, a scientist. A black man on the cover. Black man, black man, black man. No matter where you turn, black man. Einstein, person of color. No matter how much you whitewash. Albert Einstein and the theory of relativity on the book cover by Robert Click. Black man on the cover as well, people. Black man on the right-hand side, black man on the left-hand side. Ordinary Genius, a story by Albert Einstein. A black man on the cover as well. Black. Cannot beat that back, people. You can't beat that back no matter how you try. Still moving forward. Einstein, the scientist. We went over that book cover. So I jump you to the other book cover. Einstein at Home by Friedrich Herneck. Look at his foot. Black man, look at his hand. A black man, look at his face. A black man. That's who Einstein was. A person of color. A black Jew. No matter how much you try to whitewash it, you think the Most High gonna let you whitewash and fool the children of Israel forever when your time done, 2025? No way. Person of color. That's what he is. A black man. We're not done as yet. Another book. Genius. A photobiography of Albert Einstein by Maury Ferguson Delano. Who is that on the cover of your screen? Look, National Geographic had it. You think they're giving you that photo now? Is that the photo they're giving you now? They're not giving you that photo. Children of Israel, wake up to know that you're getting a lot of lies left, right, and center. You have to have a big shovel to dig your way out of the lies that they have given unto you. But worry not, children of Israel. You're going to know everything you need to know. And all the liars shall get their just reward. A black man on the cover, Albert Einstein. National Geographic, give back the people their record. Give back the right pictures. That is Albert Einstein for you. Is that a black man on the screen or a Caucasian man? Answer me and let me know if I'm going in the wrong direction or not. Moving forward. Albert Einstein, the passion of a scientist. Look at the picture on the left-hand side of the screen, which is the blown-up version of the picture on the right-hand side. What is that? Is that a Caucasian man or a black man? Which one it is? A black man. Not whitewashing that one. Not whitewashing that one. Most time make many pictures slip through at this time so you can get your record back, children of Israel. Another picture in that same book. Einstein at Caput. Look at his face. Look at his hand. A black man. You see his face and his hairline, his white hair, different. Not uni forehead with uni hair, one color. There's a distinction between his forehead and his hairline white. Look at his two hands, black hands. That's Einstein for you. I'm going to beat this one to death. Whoever made the changes, know that your change can't work no more. Know that the children of Israel, if they're getting back this message and watching this video, shall know the truth. Albert Einstein, a person of color. Look at Albert Einstein. The Passion of a Scientist by Barry Parker. He's on his boat. Is that a black man or a Caucasian man on the left-hand side of your screen standing in his boat? Let me know if I'm going in the wrong direction, saying Einstein is black when he's not black. Because I know black people not running around, busying themselves, painting over black images to be Caucasian. So, am I right or am I wrong? Is that a black man on your screen? Why would a Caucasian person, if Einstein is Caucasian, paint him black? Would not. They want to take the credit for themselves. He's the smartest man, EMC squared, and all the big formulas that he came up with. He's a Caucasian person that was doing all these big things as a physicist. No. He's a person of color. A black person. The black people, you have been robbing their knowledge and stealing their history. That Einstein for you on the right-hand side of your screen, sitting in his boat, that's a person of color as well. A black man, black face, black hands. Can't beat that, children of Israel. Einstein again, I'm gonna give it to you until you're tired of seeing his black image. You have gone many years seeing a whole bunch of white image. So, resensitize yourself to the truth that Einstein is a black man. Look at his hands holding the kids. Hands holding the kids. A black man hand. That's who he was, children of Israel. No Caucasian hand. Look at the right-hand side of your screen. A black man. His face is a black man. His hand is a black man. It's no Caucasian man. The whole world know it. Now the children of Israel know it. You got your record back. Israel, you're ready for it now. No! Einstein again. On the left-hand side of your screen. Is that a Caucasian man? Is that a Caucasian man? Or is that a black man, a person of color? Stop me if I'm going in the wrong direction, thinking Einstein is a black man when he's actually a Caucasian man. Somebody stop me if I'm going in the wrong direction, because the Most High send me go down this direction. Watching YouTube one day, and a picture flashed across my screen, and Miriam said to me, Neophyte DAG, didn't you see a black man flash across your screen? And I said, Miriam, I think you're right, you know. And she said, go investigate it and find out whatever you need to find out. And come let the children of Israel know what is true and what is not true. Did the investigation, and it turned out as expected and as always. The spirit of truth, Miriam, can only tell the truth. He's a black man. Look at your screen. If you don't believe me or you don't believe Miriam, you might believe your eyes. No image of Albert Einstein. They've been actioning all across the world, not telling you that the image is of a black man and they're making money off these secret pictures. Whitewash one, they don't auction them. They auction the real one. Albert Einstein Heritage Auction sold on May 19th, 2021, when pandemic hitting, because they need to change their path to make sure they put back the children of Israel on top. 2020, that's when the pandemic struck, when the silence done. During the silence done time, they're busy still telling lies and moving pictures of people of color and not coming and tell you that the picture is of a man of color and giving you a whitewash picture on your Google. This is the picture that they've been selling behind your back on all kind of auction. Is that again a person of color or a white man? Am I wrong or is Miriam wrong? Let us know if we're going in the wrong direction. But that certainly look like a black man to me. Invaluable.com sold autograph picture of Einstein. Is that a black man or a Caucasian man? Let me know, people. Let me know. I'm bringing back the history, the real one to you. Einstein, the genius, as they say, the best genius, the smartest person ever, is a black man. They've been stealing your knowledge. They've been stealing your knowledge. They gave you that movie as well that showed that it was the sisters that were writing the code for NASA to send their rockets out of space, and they buried the sisters' information. And the same thing they did with Albert Einstein a couple of years before they buried the sisters' information. Same way, they buried the sisters' information in hidden figure. Same thing they did back again with Einstein, hiding the true people of color that were doing all the work. Moving forward, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, yes, it's picture. The real ones are in the museum because they know people of color are not going to museum during the time of their dead state. But the museum has to move itself and come onto the cloud. You shall meet in the clouds, caught up in the clouds with the information coming from the Spirit of Truth has given unto you in 1 Thessalonians. Caught up in the cloud, Metropolitan Museum of Art have an exhibition, Einstein's picture. Artist Johann Hagenmeyer, American born, the Netherlands. Einstein was living in Netherlands before he came over to the United States of America. That's his photo right there. Again, if I am wrong, is it a black man I'm looking at or a Caucasian person? Black man it look like to me. Black man it look like to me unmistakably. So I blow it up and show it to you separately. So we're not making the same mistake thinking he's black when he's Caucasian. But he certainly look like a black man. Everything matching up. No smudge job, no whitewash job, trying to cover up forehead, trying to rub out his earlobes, trying to cover up his eyelids, and trying to cover up his neck, and making his hand ghostly white and uni hand with no finger separation. None of that on this photo that they're selling or having on exhibition. Not done as yet. Metropolitan Museum. Einstein smiling, saying the children of Israel got their information back. My civil rights work wasn't in vain because they got their information back in 2023. Knowing exactly who I am. I am a black man. That's who he is. And he's smiling, saying, welcome back to your information in the Metropolitan Museum. Einstein again by Johann Hagenmeyer, American. The Netherlands again. That's the picture given unto you. Albert Einstein, 1931. That's what he looked like. And 1955, when he died, he did not jump into a bucket of white paint and change himself to be a ghostly white image person. He's a colored person, a person of color at your Metropolitan Museum. This is the picture blown up more for you, so you can see clearly that it's a person of color, not a Caucasian person. Lies on top of lies on top of lies. All the people that were doing important things, the judges, the rulers, the scientists, the smart people, the doctors, are all of the children of Israel before the whitewashing took full effect in the mid-50s going on to the 60s, and they covered all of it during Esau's 100 years of rule from 1924, and his rule done next year, which is 2024, is covering, and all the things he did will be uncovered, and he will be dislodged from America. Like it or not, that's what's coming, and that's what the Most High said. I must let you know. Albert Einstein conclusion. Physicist, scientist, Albert Einstein was black. No matter which way you slice it, you flip it upside down, you want to flip a coin, heads or tail, it's going to land on black. That's who he was, that's who he is, and that's who he'll forever be. Albert Einstein was a black Jew. You're gonna land on that as well. No matter if they tell you he was in Germany and he escaped the Holocaust and he's part of the Ashkenaz Jew. Ashkenaz Jew was not Albert Einstein. He was a black Jew. Can't escape that one as well. Tear down your story of all lies. Albert Einstein was a black Jew. You're gonna land on that one always. That's the landing spot for that one. Albert Einstein's first wife, Mileva Maric, the Serbian, the Hungarian, the Austrian. She was black as well. Albert Einstein, his second wife, Elsa Einstein, his first cousin and his second cousin, a whole bunch of cousins mixed up, but she was black. That's who she was. Albert Einstein was a black civil rights activist in Germany and in America, and he fought for the black rights, justice, and equality in America. But they changed that up. Didn't give you that information and made him white, but it's coming forward. The Most High is the revealer of all revealing. Number 5 on the list. The Lord, I gotta make sure you hear this one. So if you think my voice is loud, it's gonna get louder for this one. So turn the volume down. I'm warning you beforehand. Turn down your volume. The Lord will not acquit the wicked. Didn't we start out with Job 9, where the hands of the wicked will change up your information? Didn't we start out in Job 9, where the hands of the wicked will paint over your information? Because America was given into the hands of the wicked. You think I'm talking about a different wicked? The same wicked. So let me start it again. The Lord will not acquit the wicked who has knowingly and deliberately changed the information and the record of the children of Israel, the children of Jacob, the children of Judah, the children of Ephraim. Second Baruch told you, those who deliberately put the children of Israel under pressure and knowingly did that. You shall be put to the sword. You shall be put to the fire. And the remainder of you, whoever is left after those 2 things, shall face the trial of the century in 2027. Coming your way, children of Israel, the trial, guilty verdict, and conviction of the 70 shepherds that were confederate against the children of Israel. 70 evil, wicked, and deceptive shepherd. You think we're done with you? We're not done with you. The Most High said, time to reveal the outcome, the ending of the beginning of these 70 shepherds. Second Baruch, preparation made by the angels before the enemies arrived. Preparation made by the angel before the enemy arrive for their judgment. So then they shall be guilty in Zion. So they shall be guilty, tried in Colorado. Giving it back to you in fullness now, children of Israel, that your haters will come to this place and pollute the sanctuary. They shall do all of that they're doing now and carry off your heritage into captivity and rule over you. That's what they did. That's what they've been doing, and the time limit has been set. And then they will go away to their land of idols and boast that they conquered the children of Israel in United States of America. And the children of Israel from Europe that went over to United States of America, they conquered them as well in 1924. Everyone bunched in, Negro, black, colored. And what have they done to your great name, my Lord? What have you done? What have they done? And this is what the Lord told Melchizedek. Jehovah replied and said, my name and my glory shall last forever. No one can take the glory of the Lord. Can never. My judgment, however, shall assert its right in its own time, 2027. Even back to you, children of Israel. And you shall see with your eyes that the enemies shall not destroy Zion. They cannot destroy the children of Israel and their holy place in Colorado and in Florida. The land of Judah cannot destroy. Telling you the black will always come back. Therefore, but they shall serve that wicked. They shall serve for a time as the judge of Israel. Only a short time, and that time has been given its expiration. 2025. Done. 2027, you, however, go away and do all which I have said unto you, O children of Israel. Fast! Get back your regenerative power. We're just warming up, Israel. We're just warming up, children. Academic fraud that's been committed against you. Number one charge being laid against them. Academic fraud involve deliberate effort to deceive the children of Israel, plagiarizing the children of Israel information, changing it and making it their own as if they came up with it and they did it, fabricating data about Caucasian people that were dark-skinned people of the children of Israel. Third charge being laid against you. Misrepresentation of historical sources against the children of Israel. Fourth charge being laid against you. Tampering with evidence. Fifth charge being laid against you. The wicked Esau, the elites of the United States of America, and the other 6 nations. 70 shepherds, 7 nations, with 10 disciples running behind them. That's the other church. Not done yet, not done yet. 6th charge. Suppression of the children of Israel. Information. Another charge leveled against you. The 7th charge. Unacceptable result that you give us by stealing our information, stealing our ideas, stealing our image. 7 charges leveled against you. Nahum 1 verse 3 given unto you now, since you know the charges coming. And that's just the tip of the iceberg on the charges. The Lord is slow in anger, as he have told you in 2nd Baruch. Rest your head. They can't mash up Zion, and they can't take the glorious name of the Lord. Rest your head, Jacob. Rest your head, Israel. Rest your head, Judah. Rest your head, Joseph. Ephraim, rest up your head. Know that you're safe and you're covered. The Lord is slow to anger, great in power. Great in power, and it's the Lord time now to send back his Savior to clear up the whole thing, and will not, you hear me? You did hear me loud and clear. And will not I say, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Same wicked we talked about in Job 9 verse 24, will not acquit them of all the charges, the ones I just leveled against them. And that's the beginning of the charge. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Do you not believe me, children of Israel? When the Most High says something is gonna happen, it's gonna happen. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 1. I dare any of you now try going to Esau court and go tell them say Einstein black and you need justice for it. They're going to run you out the court. You can't get justice in the court of the unjust wicked. Can never happen. Unjust will be leveled in an unjust court. But you have to level that charge with the elect, the saints that are coming. The Messiah, Prince Lois, and the 144,000 people that represent that number. It's not the number itself. Those are the saviors that are coming to level justice where the injustice, the unjust, was running rampant. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 2. Do you not know? Nobody told you? You've been informed now. Do you not know that the saints, the elect, which is the Messiah and his helpers, the saviors, the righteous seed that's coming, the elect, the neophytes that's coming, shall judge the world? Who's going to judge those 70 shepherds? You, oh children of Israel, you going to judge them in Colorado. You shall judge the entire world from Zion in Colorado. The entire planet shall be judged by you. Are you worthy now to pick up that baton, to pick up that gavel and say, guilty? It shall be guilty and no other verdict but guilty. You are worthy to judge the smallest matter of the wicked, and they're going to be judged justly. Get what you get what you sow, you're gonna reap the effect. But we're not done. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 3. No, you not. As well, you're gonna know today again. No, you're not, that we shall judge the angels. Not the angels above, but the ones running round with Lucifer and jumping into bodies now to declare their last act before 2025, leading up to 26 and 27. Don't you know you shall judge those 70 shepherds that have fallen angel spirits in those bodies, animating them and do all kind of wicked over those 100 years, 1924 to 2024. Don't you know you shall judge them all, children of Israel? Apocalypse of Elijah 5 the judgment and the execution of the Antichrist, which is Philae, Deri, which is Vicar of Christ, which is Lucifer, which is the fallen angel, and their disciple, the 70 shepherd. Apocalypse of Elijah 5. I'm telling you, children of Israel, the judgment and the execution of the Antichrist and all his friends that have been changing up your information, busy whitewashing and changing up historical facts. Your day has come. Your day of reckoning has come. On those days, which is the time of light, which is now, you shall be judged. Telling you, point blank telling you, the heavens and the earth of all that you have done shall be judged. You shall judge. On those days, the Lord those through his messenger, King Louis and the helpers, the elect of Judah, will judge all those who transgress in heavens and on earth. You're not getting away with what you did on the third dimension. You're not getting away with what you did on the lower fourth dimension. You're not getting away. Telling you, on those days, the Lord shall send his messenger, King Louis and his helpers, the elect saints of Judah. They will judge. They will judge the heaven and the earth, and they will judge all those who transgress on the third dimension, all those who transgress on the lower fourth dimension, and he will judge those 70 shepherds that have been telling you about, children of Israel. They shall be judged. They shall not get away with what they have done to the children of Israel. They will be asked, what have you done with the flock? They will be asked, what have you done with the sheep? And you better give an account. And you cannot lie. And you cannot lie. Because it shall be shown in your forehead. All your thoughts of lies shall be exposed. And we shall say, all that you are telling is a lie. You cannot lie. Children of Israel, they shall be asked to give account of the sheep. They shall be asked about the flock. And you better have a good answer. What have you done to the flock of the children of Israel? What have you done to the flock of the children of Jacob? What have you done to Judah flock? What have you done to Ephraim flock? And you better give a good answer, because you cannot lie at that time. We will be able to read all your thoughts through your forehead. It will be spinning counterclockwise when you lie. So we're gonna know Judah shall judge you. Judah shall judge you. The Messiah, King Louis and his helpers of Judah shall judge you. Telling you it's coming your way. You think you're gonna run scot-free, giving all that trouble, giving all that mischief. No. You shall not. They will pursue the son of lawlessness, Lucifer, and all the people he had put in charge. Vicar, you shall not escape as well. Vicar, 666, you shall not escape. The son of lawlessness will meet his demise. Elijah, which is the code name for Louis, and Enoch, which is the code name for your other helper, coming to match up with King Louis to pursue who? The son of lawlessness, and they shall kill him. On Thursday, he will dissolve like butter against sunlight, butter against heat, ice against fire. That's how he will melt. I'm telling you, if you're planning on following behind Lucifer and all the people that he has sent to give his mischief on his behalf, this is what's coming your way. Your time has passed. Your time has passed. That's why all this truth is being released back to the children of Israel, so they shall know all the truth. Therefore, you and those who believe in you and those who are following you will perish, giving back unto you, children of Israel. They'll be cast into the bottom of the abyss to be burnt up with fire. Coming your way, children of Israel. I'm telling you, if you're planning on latching on to Lucifer's coattail, if you're planning on latching on to Lucifer's coattail, to Zvika coattail, to world leader coattail, and all the people you say running around, big and bold, and nothing under control, they have nothing under control. This is what's coming to them because their time has passed. Since 2020, they got a little extra borrowed time until 2024. After 2024, them time done. Giving back unto you, children of Israel. I'm giving it back to you in fullness as to how the Most High want you to get it. But we're not done yet. 2 Baruch 40 verse 1. You think we're done? We're just starting. The last ruler who is left alive. We're gonna make sure we leave them alive. Make sure they're well taken care of. Because you have to be present for your trial in Mount Zion, Denver, Colorado. That's where you shall be tried. The last ruler who is left at that time with the stove time will be bonded, will be binded, will be bonded. And the entire followers and his entire followers and his entire followers will have been destroyed, leaving him and his 70 shepherds alive. You gotta face that trial. They'll be carried into Mount Zion, Denver, Colorado, the holy city, and all the people from Florida, the land of Judah at that time, will descend upon him in Denver, Colorado. In Denver, Colorado. Can't miss that trial, children of Israel. My Messiah at that time, King Louis, will convict him. All 70 of them, including Lucifer, son of lawlessness, Vika Misa 666, all of them shall be convicted. I told you, the Lord will not acquit the wicked. You think I'm joking with you? Will be convicted of all the wicked deeds that he had done. You think I'm talking about a different wicked here? The same one I'm talking to you about. Those wicked deeds shall be held accountable. Gotta give an account for all that you have done. And we will assemble and set before him all the works of wickedness that you have done, counting off his charges. The 7 that I gave you in this message, and the many others we're gonna add on to it at that time. All 70 of them gonna face trial. And with Lucifer himself, who is earning them as his host to go do all his work. 2 Baruch 40 verse 2. We're still not done. And after all these things, and we shall take over America and the rest of the world, because of all the people that are left at that time of the righteous seed shall be protected. Those are the chosen of the Most High to go on with their eternal life. And they shall make it through all of what's coming because they got the message, made themselves ready. First Enoch 90, still not done, not yet with them children of Israel. We're still not done. Verse 20. Verse 20, I saw the throne set up in Denver, Colorado, in the That's where it's setting up, O children of Israel, on that pleasant land where they erected the governmental seat of the children of Israel, where King Louis shall rule, where the 70 shepherds and the son of lawlessness shall be tried, where the elect of Judah shall be gathered, where the children of Israel shall be present for that trial, and the Lord shall call those of the white garment, bring them in. Bring in the ones that are the bad shepherd. Bring in the son of lawlessness. The white garment, my spiritual angel. Bring in all those fallen ones. Bring in all those bad shepherds. Verse 21. Talking to you, children of Israel. I'm giving it to you now. Fullness of the gospel. You think them bad and big and bold? Let's hear what happened. Bring before me, beginning with the first star, which is Lucifer, and his fallen angel. Bring them in. Time for them to be tried. Time for them to be tried. And he said unto the man that was writing, the man that was writing all the information, all the charges, bring in the 70 shepherds as well. Verse 22, bring in those 70. Time for them to be tried as well. Time for them to be tried, because they slew more than what was given unto them to kill. They've been killing and killing and killing, all more than the most I gave them to do. Be lying and lying and lying as well. Wiping out information, wiping out the black Jew information, wiping out the black Jew information, wiping out, I say, the black Jew information. Bring them in. Time for them to be tried. And behold, they were all bound. And behold, children of Israel, they're all bound. And the judgment was held. Children of Israel, I'm telling you, the fallen angels, the first to be judged, and they were judged and found guilty. Telling you, the Lord will not acquit the wicked. They shall be not found not guilty, found guilty. That's the charge leveled against them, and the verdict was handed down. They were cast into the abyss, full of fire. Didn't we heard about the abyss in Apocalypse of Elijah 5? Yes, the same abyss we're talking about. None other. Let's bring up the 70 shepherds. Let's see if they get the abyss as well. Yes, they did. Verse 25, and those 70 shepherds, those 70 world leaders that were confederate, that were conglomerate against the children of Israel all across the entire planet, whether in whatever language, the 7 main countries, the 7 powers of now. That's the one I'm talking to. Bring them in. Time for them to be tried. And the 70 shepherds were judged and found what? Guilty. 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 That's what they were found. Guilty. Bottomless abyss for them as well. Bottomless abyss for them as well. Bottomless abyss they shall be tossed in. With Lucifer, who they've been following. Back at him, I give much mischief, as he has instructed them to give unto the people of the planet, to give unto the children of Israel. But no, children of Israel, this day shall come, 2027, this day shall come, 2027. They're all marching up into Mount Zion to be tried. The 70 shepherd and the son of lawlessness, Lucifer and his fallen angel, guilty, guilty, guilty. Given back unto you in fullness, O children of Israel. Stand strong, O children of Israel. Stand strong, O children of Jacob. Stand strong, O children of Judah. Stand strong, O Ephraim, in the name of the Most High. Stand strong, my Gentile. Stand strong, my Gentile. You, my Caucasian, who have not leaned on and followed Lucifer to the end, shall be saved as well. Stand strong, all of you, in the name of the Most High. Elah, Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He, Elohim, Neta, Rav, Neta, Kodowish, Yod, He, Vahu, He, Sebayot, and in the name of our Lord, those Melchizedek, Yehovah, Adonai, Kodowish, Adonai, Sebayot, I say, Kodowish, Adonai, Sebayot, my Lord, thank you for revealing, letting us know, letting the children of Israel know, you shall not acquit the wicked for what they have done. They have transgressed the laws of the Most High. They have transgressed your laws, oh my Lord. They have transgressed against your children of Israel. Kodowish. No, the verdict has come down upon them. Thank you for revealing the ending at the beginning. Kodowish. Adonai, my Lord, Sebayot,